Mike Fisher reporting from the Star in Frisco, Dallas Cowboys headquarters, where the Cowboys just couldn't get themselves out of the headlines if they wanted to. And of course, under Jerry Jones, they don't particularly want to get themselves out of the headlines. This one, there's three grabbers: Tony Romo, Des Bryant, Dak Prescott, and then you might as well throw Dak Prescott's brother into this too, because he's decided to throw himself into this. Everyone who pays attention to the Dallas Cowboys is searching for answers as to how America's team can become a championship team. Some people think that if you are critical of anything the Cowboys have done wrong, then you're on the attack. And you can't attack the Cowboys. Other people think that everybody should be fired and cut and traded. And of course, the truth is vast and in the middle. Des Bryant cares about the Cowboys. Des Bryant, especially on Twitter and elsewhere, a friend of the show, of course, he's got opinions, he's got thoughts, and he expresses those on Twitter. If you know our relationship going back quite a few years now, I used to ask him why he bothered on Twitter, why he bothered looking at it, what he get out of it, what's the point? Outside of promoting your charity, what are you doing? But he does find it, especially now that he's no longer playing football, I think he does find it a fun way to communicate and to touch base and to have exchanges with fans and friends. Great. He also believes he's got an answer to what can get Dak Prescott to the Super Bowl. His answer is to hire coach Tony Romo. Now, you got to follow along here, because there's actually this goes deeper, and then some of the principals have taken it even deeper than that. Des writes on Twitter, "I would have liked to win a Super Bowl with Romo on the field, but I'm as confident as ever that if Romo was the offensive coordinator for Dallas with this defense, Dak would win the Super Bowl for the Cowboys." There is nothing negative about that. He's not ripping anybody. He's trying to help, or thinks he's trying to help, whether you agree or disagree with his thoughts. Bryant on Twitter on Sunday reacting to a suggestion that the former quarterback, Romo, now the CBS top analyst, of course, take over as Dallas's offensive coordinator. Bryant responded in a way that is now being wildly misconstrued in an ugly way, and I'll get to that in a moment. Bryant is supporting support for the football IQ of Romo. There's really no argument there. He's supporting support for the idea of Romo as a potential teacher, kind of. I'll help us out there in a minute. And he's suggesting that Dak Prescott is a pupil in need of improvement. And that should be beyond debate. But this is Twitter, and this is social media, and this is the climate we live in. Des later suggested that Tony Romo should be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And he specifically said if they had an opening at head coach, they should hire Tony Romo. Now, this is a fanciful idea. This is not real life, and surely Des knows this. Romo presently makes more than $20 million a year working part-time, working hard, but working part-time, as he and his lovely wife, Candace, friend of the show, raised their three little boys, providing him a lifestyle that leaves him ample time for the thing he likes to do best, which is play golf. Coaches don't get that sort of setup. I'm telling you here from the Star, and I just talked to one of them. Coaches are here working today. This is a Monday after an NFC divisional playoff round in which the Cowboys did not participate. Guys are flying around the country looking for jobs. Dan Quinn in New York today with the Giants on a Monday. Then he'll head to Denver for a second interview with the Broncos. Probably get offers in both those spots. I wouldn't be surprised at all. We've talked about how the Broncos zeroed in on Dan Quinn a long time ago. But coaches are in here working. They don't get to just play golf. And I'm not trying to make fun of Tony Romo's setup at all. It's fantastic, and he's earned it. And he's terrific at what he does. They don't get to play golf all day. They don't get to go on vacation. They don't get to spend time with their little kids. They don't. They're here working. Dez, if you really want to keep it a buck, which I think means keep it real, Dak needs to call up Romo and talk about how to read defenses so he can understand the defensive weaknesses and how to utilize his weapons in certain situations. This is Dez on Twitter. If you know football, you know that I'm not bashing anybody. There's just too much talent in Dallas for them not to still be playing. Bryant's suggestion isn't happening, but it does lead to two legitimate subjects that we can address here. One, Tony Romo he's not going to be the head coach. He's not going to be the offensive coordinator. That's not real. But he doesn't have to be on the Cowboys' payroll to pick up the phone or have Dak pick up the phone and say, hey, you want to come over and watch film with me? They're friendly enough. They really could do that. You don't have to hire Tony Romo to be the coach. You just call Tony Romo up as your friend. Now, I have said that this coaching staff, God bless it, might be so deferential to Dak that it doesn't feel like he has a boss here. And maybe Tony Romo is somebody that he would look at not as a peer, but as somebody that could instruct him. Because Dez has a lot of peers in this building who are involved in leadership roles. A lot of the people who are involved in leadership roles in this building look to Dak as the leader. And maybe that's a little upside down. But one, Romo doesn't have to be on the Cowboys' payroll to help Dak Prescott if the two of them wanted to do that. And two, doesn't Jerry Jones' Cowboys organization already have a bunch of quarterback coaches, including the beleaguered head coach Mike McCarthy? Kellen, Tolzien, Nussmeier, McCarthy, offensive coordinator formerly Joe Philbin. They got a whole staff. Ben McAdoo was here. That's 6 of them. And there's more. So they already employ an army of quarterback gurus. Are they not smart enough? Are they good enough? Is Dak not deferential to them as his boss? All this is worthy of discussion. And that's all Dez Bryant has really done here. And I'm not being biased towards Dez, I don't think, when I say he really is trying to be constructive. He wouldn't in a million years just go out of his way for the hell of it to bash Dak Prescott. Never. And he considers himself, last time I checked, to be friends with Dak Prescott and is even involved in a business venture or two with Dak. So I don't think that relationship is a problem. He's just looking at this football team that he still loves and saying, you should try this. In comes Tad Prescott. And again, I'm sure Tad thinks that he's doing the right thing. But Tad has decided that this is Dak getting bashed by Dez, even though it's not. But Tad's decided that. So now Tad is sniping at Dez. And Dez, of course, is hitting back. And I'm reminded of something that I talk about a lot when it comes to being just a parent of an 8-year-old playing Little League Baseball. When he gets hit by a pitch, Mommy, don't run out there and kiss his boo-boo. Let your 8-year-old have scene control. This is the mistake being made here now. And I know Tad is well-intentioned. He's trying to protect his brother from Twitter. And his brother doesn't need protecting. His brother is an adult. And his brother should be in charge. Tad is telling Dez, don't talk about us. Dak's not saying that. Dak's probably either looking at this going, God almighty, guys, stop it. Or not looking at it at all, because he might be too smart for the whole mess. Scene control, Dak. You don't need your brother to be your spokesman. Scene control, Tad. You need to be your own spokesman. And scene control, Dez. Don't let it get to you. The people that actually understand the way the principles tick here understand that Dez Bryant is not bashing anybody. Tad came out and said, you guys, I saw Romo and Dez play together. You guys wouldn't win any Super Bowls. Why should we listen to you? But Tad, this isn't we. You're not, there is no we. You're the quarterback's brother. You're not the quarterback. And I greatly appreciate, as the oldest of 6 kids, 5 of us boys, believe me, I appreciate and value and cherish the relationships I have with my brothers. And I know, because of what the Prescott family has gone through, I absolutely understand how Dak and Tad now, their bond may be stronger than ever as brothers, and how they cling to each other and want to be there for each other and want to protect each other. But Dak Prescott doesn't need protecting here. If I'm in the position that the Cowboys are in right now, I'm all ears. Tony Romo, you got ideas? Call me. Des Bryant, you got ideas? Call me. And I won't be insulted when you do it. I'll be listening if I'm the Dallas Cowboys. Quarterback and more. Fish out.